All right, guys, here we go. In the final parts of the one and only Bob. Traffic stop. We slog up a slight hill and a round corner. The traffic lights are out and nobody seems to be on the streets. That is until we cut through a stand of palm trees and come across some police officers in a slow moving squad car. It's blue and red lights circling. Attention, one of the officers announces over a loudspeaker. This area is under mandatory evacuation order. Do not. The announcement stops, and so does the car. Uh-oh, says Ruby. I think they spotted us, I say. We're kind of hard to miss, Ivan points out. The car moves closer, so close that I can see dropped jaws and bulging eyes. The car brakes to a stop. The driver's side door flies open and one of the officers jumps out. The officer is a skinny young guy and follows suit, but he looks annoyed. What are you doing? He says. Don't be a hero. We could have stayed in the car where it's safe. I am looking, says the driver. Oh, it's a female, sorry. I am looking, says the driver into a radio receiver, at a gorilla and an elephant. And the gorilla has a tiny dog on his shoulder, and no, I have not been drinking. They said the park got hit by the tornado, says the skinny officer, carefully aiming his pistol. We can't exactly shoot a gorilla, the driver says. Then I like the way she's thinking. Try me. What's his crime exactly? Jaywalking? Thing is, I love elephants, says the driver. My daughter collects stuffed elephants. I mean, stuffed toys, not stuffed real ones. She listens to her radio for a moment. Get animal control over here, the skinny officer says. Get a van, get a moving truck, get a 747, I don't care. Ivan, I whisper into his ear, this is not looking good. You and Ruby gotta stay put. Don't make any sudden moves. No funny business, okay? These guys are freaking out. Ivan sits down on the ground, slowly, very slowly, and Ruby settles next to him. The driver smiles. Oh, that's so cute. Whoops, wrong voice again. Oh, that's so cute. And the skinny officer nods. Yeah, in a deadly kind of a way. I gotta do this, I say to my friends. If you stay calm, they won't mess with you. But Bob, and worry clouds Ivan's face. You need us. What I need is for you to stay alive, I reply. I can see he isn't going to listen to reason, so I try a different approach. Ivan, I say, it's like this. Boss is my sister. I let her down once, and now, well, I have a second chance. I'll explain it all later, but I need to do this. Ivan looks at the officers, guns drawn, and nods. You are the one and only Bob, he says. You got this, pal. I leap into the air, into the vast unknown, just like Kimu did. Well, maybe not quite so elegantly, but I do my best. The next chapter is called Lightning and Fireworks. It isn't far to the bridge, but far is relative when the wind is blowing down houses like a big bad wolf. I watch a stop sign fly past. I navigate around trees scattered like popsicle sticks. I keep an eye out for gators and pythons. Lightning strikes a tree. I brace myself for the thunder. It shakes the earth, the air, my teeth, my bones. A branch falls on a power line. Sparks dance like fireworks. I hate fireworks. I move with more care after that. I know enough to stay away from downed power lines, thanks to the Weather Channel and storm chasers. Man, I love TV. I I'd give anything to be watching it from my nice cozy bed right about now. Good thing I know where the bridge is. My swollen nose throbs. What's the point of in owning a top of the line sniffer if it's not even working right? When I pass a bird's nest on the ground, I offer to help the owner, a jay. It swears at me. I think it does. I hear nuts and some other interesting words. I tend to forget that in some circles, dogs are considered predators. I wonder how Kimu and the other escapees are doing. One thing I know for sure, having been on this side, on the inside and the outside, is that way too much of the world ain't made for wild animals. How would a meerkat cross a highway? How would a panther face down a city block? How would a wolf survive an encounter with a gun? And for that matter, who do I think I am playing hero? Nutwit was right. I'm soft. I'm slow. I'm not a street dog anymore. I'm a little pampered, lazy pooch. I hear the rush of water, a different sound from the pouring rain, and out of nowhere, there it is, a creek. Boss mentioned that the car was near the bridge, but when I get close, I remember what the officer at the shelter said. The bridge had collapsed. And then I see it. A little car, round-topped, floating, caught in a dislodged tree at the edge of the roaring creek, not far from the crumbled remains of the bridge. And on the top of that car, even though it's completely impossible, is a puppy waiting. And all I can think is, that dog is a nincompoop. There's that nincompoop now. Puppy. Next chapter, another bridge. The creek is filled with pieces of trees and boards and trash cans, plastic chairs, everything you could imagine. It's moving way too fast for me to try to cross. I stare at the far side of the creek, at the collapsed bridge. I really wish I hadn't seen that puppy. I know there's another way to cross the creek, of sorts, downstream a bit. An old pedestrian bridge made of wood and metal and rope. No one uses it anymore. No one with any sense. When I reach it, the little bridge is swaying like a cradle. It's blocked off by a rusty metal gate to keep people from using it, but I can easily squeeze through the bars. I run halfway across, lose my footing, run some more. Gulp, what am I doing? A fresh gust pushes the bridge with such force that I slip, and half of my body is dangling off the edge. I dig my claws into the wet wooden slats, and oh, I am glad my nails are long and sharp, because I fight off Sarah's clippers whenever I can. Pulling. Man, I wish I hadn't eaten so much cheese over the years. And oof, one last effort. I'm back on the bridge. It feels so good to return to that little stretch of swinging slats. I want to live. Really, I do. I don't care about the puppy anymore. I just don't want to die this way, not like this. The fear's in my throat, my heart, my gut. I gotta get off this rickety bridge, get back to Ivan and Ruby, back to my wonderful Bob-smelling bed. I'm not a hero, never have been, never will be. I can live with that, because at least I'll be alive. I turn, moving snail slow because the stupid bridge just won't stay put, crawling on my belly so I won't lose my footing again. Almost to the end, I glance back like a fool, just in time to see the car with the puppy lurch loose from its mooring in the tree, swirling into the middle of the creek like a toy boat in a bathtub. The puppy isn't howling or anything. He's just lying on his belly, same as me, waiting. Oh, what a nincompoop, I think again. And I'm honestly not sure whether I mean him or me. This chapter is called Hero. I will not lie. I am not thinking, oh yay, now I get to be a hero. Nope. I'm thinking, You have got to be kidding me. Just a few more seconds and I would have been out of here. I may or may not have used a few other choice words, way worse than anything that Jay came up with. Then I ran back to the middle of the bridge and I wait a split second, maybe two, maybe three, and I jump. Cartoons. I ain't proud of this, but halfway down I remember that I really don't like riding in cars. I'm sort of dog paddling in the air, thinking I can slow things down, maybe even reverse directions, like how Wile E. Coyote does in those old cartoons. But cartoons are ridiculous for a reason. Not a movie. So in a movie, I'd land all graceful and tough and grab that little guy. But this isn't a movie. I kind of land on top of him, legs splayed like a bug on a windshield. Not enough to smush him, but definitely enough to annoy him. The car spins and dips and rights itself again. Hi, I say. I'm your Uncle Bob. I feel my uncle. Why are you trying to kill me? He asks. Pup has a mouth for him for being so tiny. I'm saving you, dude, I say as I grab his scruff with my teeth. Ouch, he says. The car seesaws and I scrabble, clawing at the slick skin of the roof. My nails make a horrible scraping sound. Ugh, I can hear that. It's like trying to hug a whale. Can you swim? I ask the puppy out of the side of my mouth. It's hard to talk with a puppy between your teeth. No. Can you? Yes, but I suspect the degree of difficulty will go up considerably with a puppy in my mouth. The car lists, recovers, lopes along like a jackrabbit in tall grass. My claws make tracks in the paint. How did you get on top of this car? I ask him. It wasn't easy. A branch broke through one of the windows, and I climbed out that way. Impressive. By the way, says the puppy, I think we may be sinking. No kidding, Sherlock. I don't mean to sound unkind, but I'm a bit stressed. I don't have a name, actually. How about Rowdy, I suggest. I hear it's available. Sure. What the heck? So what's your plan? You tell me, I say. What'd you think was going to happen? I figured maybe somebody would come along and save me, but some human, maybe? Dog's best friend, I say. If you say so. Another lurch. We're going down. Hang on, pup, I say. Man's best friend is gonna save you instead. Uh-oh. Next chapter is called Do Not Let Go. The water is cold. So cold it burns. I paddle frantically and nothing happens. It's like pawing the air. I keep my teeth tight on Rowdy. Do not let go. Do not let go, I tell myself. But the water's churning into my nose and throat, and if I cough, he'll be a goner. We hit something hard and metal straight on. I'm underwater, submerged as bits and pieces of the world rush past me. It's like the tornado, only wetter. I dig at the darkness. I think of all the things I'll miss when I'm dead, and cheese tops the list. Well, okay, maybe Ivan and Ruby and Julia and George and Sarah top the list, but then totally cheese. My back paws graze the bottom. My nose burns. My lungs burn. Everything burns. I have to cough. I can't cough. Mustering all my strength, I struggle to the surface for a moment, fighting the water with my paws. Rowdy is like dead weight in my mouth. I hit bottom again, and this time I use it like a springboard. Blink! lurching toward the edge of the water, toward solid land, toward grass and dirt and trees and bushes and a whoosh of fur and pain. Oh man, the pain. Someone grabbing my paw, losing it, teeth sharp, sharp teeth. The smell, even with my messed up nose, of wildness and danger. Something grabs my scruff, yanks, and pulls me to safety. Back to the world. Back to the brink. What do you think it is? Kimu has me. He drops me to the mud. His teeth smell of blood. My blood. I drop Rowdy. My teeth smell of blood too. For a long time, no words come out, just panting and coughing and panting some more. Nothing from the puppy. I shove him with my paw and I nudge him with my nose. Nothing. I look at Kimu. His fur spiked, his eyes wild, different, unknowable. I guess they didn't shoot you, I say. They tried, he says, eyes on the puppy. Thank you for... And he glances at me. I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. With his right paw, he claws at the puppy, at Rowdy. Hey, I say without really thinking or registering the size of his paw or realizing he's drooling just a little. He's my nephew, and well, I'm not. Just, you know how it is. No, I don't actually know. Oops, I did that part wrong. I missed a part. Backtrack a tiny bit. I got the voices backwards, and now it doesn't make sense. Rewind. And I put my paw on Rowdy. He's my nephew, and I didn't take you for the sentimental sort, Bob. I'm not. Just, you know how it is. No, actually, I don't know. I'm a wild animal, not a pet. Still, and I clear my throat and remind myself that rolling over and peeing is not an option. Still, he's all scrawny and, he might be dead. Who knows? You better go get breakfast somewhere else at the park. I recognize all too well the look he gives me, the look of sadness and loss and anger, the look of someone who will never forgive this world. He's running with the puppy dangling from his jaws before I even know what happened. Uh-oh. Chapter's called How. I don't know how I do it. If I did know, maybe I could understand that other part of me, the wolf part. I run faster than I've ever run. I growl louder than I've ever growled. I grab Kimu's throat and I clamp down and I do not let go. Gone is the next chapter. He can kill me. With a sidelong glance and a half-hearted bite, he can kill me. I know that. But he doesn't. He drops the puppy. He shakes me off and pulls free. He pauses, looks at me like he's seen me for the first time. He gazes at the sky, thick with clouds, no moon, barely any sun. He raises his head, and his howl is long and sad and beautiful. And he runs. Next chapter is called First Aid. Rowdy still isn't moving. I don't know what else to do. So I bite the heck out of his tail, and it perks that little guy right up. The truth. This chapter is called The Truth. It hits me then. I'm so tired, so banged up. I can't go on, even if I wanted to. I carry Rowdy to a sheltering tree and cuddle him close and give him a couple of licks for good measure. Now what? He asks. Now we wait. For what? For humans, I guess. For help. Are you sure they'll come? I think for a moment. And I remember all the people I've seen today, the police and the rescue workers, the park employees, the staff at the shelter, the folks at the donut shop opening their door to a strange collection of animals. I remember George running to get Julia, and Julia trying to get me, and Sarah struggling to find them both. And I breathe in the sweet smell of puppy. It's important to tell the truth. I'm sure they will, I say. Oh, there's a cute picture. Forever. The eye of the hurricane passes and the storm rages on. It feels like a year, like 9 years. It feels like forever. There's Bob and Rowdy. Isn't that a cute picture? Puppies. Rescue. When I hear Julia calling my name through the open window of her parents' car, I pick up Rowdy and dash over like it's my favorite place on this lonely ball called Earth. No clickers necessary, no treats required. I fly my drool flag all the way home. Julia, man, oh man. All right, guys, tune in tomorrow for the final part 4. Whew. That was stressful. I'm glad I wasn't that puppy. Whew. See you guys later. Have a great day.